Welcome to the Roots Tour 1996. Sepultura in the house. This is called Spit. Let's make this place your fucking mass of bodies swinging up and down, all around. Hata Mahata! That's right! Up! 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 That's the news from Holland. Percussion Master.
Minute, Namen allerseits bei Metaller. Das wird eine Sendung der Extreme, kann ich euch sagen. Extrem beschaulich am Anfang. Dieses schöne Piano wird uns begleiten, aber extrem dreckig im Mittelteil. Denn wir waren bei Sepultura in Köln, es gibt Live-Aufnahmen, es gibt Interview und alles, was die Sendung, wie gesagt, dreckig macht. Der erste Clip kommt von einer Band aus Schweden, die heißen Crown of Thorns und spielen Death Metal. Of Good and Evil. Da sind wir in der Live Music Hall in Köln. Neben mir Max von Sepultura. Hi Max.
Hello.
All right, before we start, maybe you want to announce your new video yourself?
Yeah, this is a new video done now in a place called Salvador in Brazil. It's Roots, Bloody Roots.
All right, the new album called Roots is out, and it's different compared to Chaos AD. Would you agree to say so?
Yeah, I think every Sepultura record has been different. Mainly on the last, since Schizophrenia, mostly. I think Beneath the Morbid Visions and Best Devastation, they're kind of similar. But after that, every album was different. And it's going to be like that till we finish. We know this is not going to be forever. One day it's going to be over. And when it's over, at least we can say, hey, at least we had the balls to try it. And a lot of bands had no balls to try and just copy everybody else. At least we, you know, we work our ass off to try to make something different, you know, that can be seen as somehow influential. Even though people look at Brazil, they think of lambada and stuff like that, you know, exotic dance and shit like that. The Indian music has been there before the Europeans came down there, you know, before the Portuguese came down. The Indians were there already. So for me, their music represents the real roots, you know. For Sepultura, it was like very important to be naming an album Roots. If you want to really go deep into the subject, it was really important to have the tribe thing on the album. Now we kept really like one camera only, one photographer only. All the Brazilian media wanted to go, and we said no, because to respect the tribe, to not create this situation where they will feel uncomfortable. It's been like that for everything that we do. When I went to the favelas, you know, the shanty towns, to do Refuse and Resist, it was the same situation. I had to talk to the people there. It's even funny that now Michael Jackson is in Brazil doing the same thing and getting all kinds of trouble.
Coming back to the music, when you want to include any of the tribal elements in the live show, how is that going to happen?
It's not.
You just can't do it?
We just don't want even the thought of taking them off the tribe, you know. They belong there, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they would feel comfortable in any stage, because they're not a... Yeah, it's weird. You know, they're not entertainers, really.
The fact that you played the terrorist states over here, is that because the German market is very important for you, and is it just to say thanks to the hardcore fans here?
I think it's just a combination of... Europe is, I think, the godfather of Sepultura, the place where they open their arms first, after, you know, before everybody. And Germany, the biggest place, probably, you know. Every time we play, it was always more and more people. The albums did extremely good, and the fans are fucking so hardcore here. You know, it's like, you know, it's for real, you know. It's not like flavor of the month thing, you know. They're for real. They come, I mean, there's a fan here, Jorg. He's here today. He's been to 30 shows, and just, it's like, it sounds like he's not a fan anymore. It becomes an old friend, you know, that you see all the time. We started on Chaos AD. We went, I don't know the names of those things, 2 steps down, right. Whatever. And then when it was time to do Roots, I told Andreas I wanted to go even more down to get a heavier guitar sound. So we tried, let's go as down as it can possibly be, as that it can be playable, that you still can play without be just a bunch of, you know, noise.
So, das ist hier die unausweichliche Hallo, ich bin wichtig Veranstaltung nach wichtigen Events. Hier sind wichtige Leute und wir gucken, was diese wichtigen Leute Wichtiges zu sagen haben. Bitte folgen Sie mir.
Ich war vollkommen überrascht. Also ich kannte Sepultura nur so von der Ferne und ich fand es absolut genial. Also hat mich wirklich sehr beeindruckt. Und ich habe auch gemerkt, dass es den Leuten auch sehr beeindruckt hat hier. Und ich hoffe, dass ich dementsprechend auch einen Artikel schreiben kann für brasilianische Magazine, um das mitzuteilen.
Platte genial, weil halt viele neue Sachen gemacht wurden. Vor allen Dingen halt diese brasilianischen Einflüsse.
Das beste Album, das sie jemals gemacht haben.
Weil es so exotisch ist?
Nein, nicht einfach, weil es so exotisch ist, sondern weil es einfach so viel von unterschiedlichen Elementen drin hat, dass es einfach nach Chaos irgendwie die absolute Steigerung ist.
Wie sieht's aus? Du Inspirationen vom Frontmann geholt?
Inspiration von Maxe geholt.
Ja, ich meine, er hat eine ähnliche Röhre wie du.
Ich hatte eher lange Haare zum Beispiel, die habe ich jetzt nicht mehr, habe ich abgeschnitten. Die Röhre habe ich auch eher gehabt als er. Den Umfang habe ich vor allem eher gehabt als er. Also wer macht hier wen nach? Ja, Maxe, wer macht hier wen nach?
So, wie ihr seht, hat uns Max was dagelassen, nämlich 10 dieser mit Sepultura Roots bestickten Hemden. Die könnt ihr natürlich gewinnen. Und dazu müsst ihr eine Frage beantworten, die ein bisschen knifflig ist. Ihr habt bemerkt, dass wir aus gutem Grunde den Namen des Indianerstamms, mit dem Sepultura im Dschungel aufgenommen haben, nicht genannt haben. Den müsst ihr jetzt rausfinden. Und den schreibt ihr dann bitte auf eine Postkarte, und zwar an die Adresse, die im nächsten Clip eingeblendet ist. Und der ist natürlich von Sepultura.
A terrorist tour. Now Sepultura released their new album Roots on the 26th of February, and to celebrate they are going back to their roots in a big way, because they're playing the same size venues that they played when they first came to Europe way back in 1989. Now, as you can imagine, as you can see, every single show on this tour is sold out, and if you were not lucky enough to get a ticket to these fantastic gigs, then maybe tonight's show is the next best thing. So brace yourself for an unhealthy and brutal dose of Sepultura Roots Riot, courtesy of Headbangers Ball. Crank it up. Woo! Yes, hot off the press. Welcome down to Copenhagen on show number 2 of Sepultura's Terrorist Tour. And joining me first up tonight, I've got Max and Andreas. So welcome back to Headbangers Ball. It's great to be down on the tour right at the beginning. So how did last night go, the first show?
It was great, I think. It was like we thought it would be. There was a lot of mistakes, but it didn't matter for that day. We didn't play for a year.
Right.
The kids were real up close. It was great to see people stage diving again in a show. You know, a lot of people stage diving and stuff.
Brilliant.
After so much time, you know, playing bigger places.
Of course. Because you're going kind of back to your club roots, as we've been saying, when you first played in Europe in 1989. So much has changed for you since then. But how is the vibe of this tour comparing to the 1989 tour? Is it bringing back memories of that?
Yeah, I think so. You know, like place like 500,000 people, and you meet people outside like we used to do and stuff. You know, especially in Europe. You know, so special for us since the beginning. It was the first place who really accept the music, Sepultura, and we've been touring here forever, really. You know, since '89, we always come here, and it's great to start out. You know, this Roots tour, which is very special for us. A lot of different stuff to try out live, and you know, we're going slowly, step by step. That's why we start out like just 13 shows, and then we go further for, you know, bigger places.
Well, it's the most talked about tour of the year so far, but I mean, it's going to probably be the best club tour of the year, I think. Anyway, just over the last 7 years or so, it has kind of been a kind of rags to riches story for Sepultura. Have you always felt in touch with your roots? Have you always had time to kind of reflect on things, or was that one of the major points of this album, that you could look back where you'd come from?
It was the idea. We wanted to do it, but in a natural way, in which I think that's what makes Roots special. It's not fake, and it's everything that's in there. It's the I guess the heritage or the instruments that we brought out, but in a natural way, without sounding fake or trying to force something to the people. We wanted to show a different side. You know, we've been doing this for 12 years. We've been to all kinds of I guess stages that you can call, you know, the most radical death metal stages, and then a little bit more technical trash stage with Beneath the Remains. And now is the time to show again, recreate ourselves, recreate the wheel of Sepultura, I guess, you know, and it's getting a really good reaction from a lot of people, because it's so different and it doesn't repeat itself.
Okay, well, late last year, MTV went over to the studio with Sepultura in New York, and just to give you a kind of overview of the Roots album, we're going to show you that little report. So, whoosh, over to New York.
So the Sepultura music, together with more Brazilian influence than it was before. So I think it's just a new step. I always wanted to use my voice as almost like the fifth instrument. So I decided this album really go for it and go from the deep vocals to the crisp, high, you know, real high screams and stuff, mixed with total clean voice, sometimes only talking, you know, all kinds of stuff. I think the result in the end is really different. You know, it's gonna surprise a lot of people that sometimes I only use that one kind of max voice, which is kind of my trademark, that just deep, screaming one.
We had the idea to go inside the Brazilian jungle, inside the tribe with them, you know, spend a couple of days with them, living a little bit the way they do, you know, learning a little bit more about their history and the culture. And, you know, it was great. You know, they're very friendly. They did the healing ritual of the word, which is the dance they did. And we apply our music to that. They didn't change anything of their ritual song. You know, we just like jam together with whatever they have. And the final result's amazing, you know, just amazing.
I really respect the way they portray themselves and how they love their culture, and they will not give up their culture or the roots for anything.
he was very honored also, you know. We like to do the lyrics and stuff, and we kind of prepare a special song just for him.
And the real cool thing about it is that it's not a rap song at all. It doesn't sound like rap at all. It sounds like a really weird, kind of like somehow I have a little bit industrial vibe on it, but also mixed with some real heavy scratch, but it's definitely not rap.
So that was the guys talking about the track Look Away, which featured a host of special guests, and we will talk about that in depth a little bit later on. But we're going into the very first video from the Roots album, Roots, Bloody Roots. And just to set up this video, Max, if I could say to you, this to me kind of sums up one of the underlying themes of the album, basically staying true to yourself and your beliefs.
Yeah, it's that, and also the whole don't give in thing. What you believe, it's for life, you know. And even the people try all the time to change you. The song is about don't let the bastards grind you down. Yeah, it is. It's like this is what we are. If you like it, it's like that. If you don't, you don't. But we're not changing. Yeah.
Don't follow trends, and it's really important to be the same formations like almost for 10 years, and then helps a lot, you know, to keep the unity and the characteristic sound. So we could jam like with DJ Lito and Mike Patton, the Indian tribe, and still sound Sepultura in all that situations, you know. So it's very important to keep that also.
Well, I'm very excited to see this video. Here we go, Sepultura with the first track from the Roots album, and this is out as a single tomorrow, Roots, Bloody Roots. Marilyn Manson there, and we're playing that video because Sepultura are going to be touring with Marilyn Manson and also Ozzy Osbourne, a triple bill there happening stateside a little bit later on this year. Now, going back to the album, guys, you already said that you wanted to show another side to Sepultura on this record, but Chaos AD was hugely successful. What were you hoping really to say also about Sepultura in '96 with Roots? What other things were you hoping to say?
I didn't thought too much about it. I just think it's we're giving the whole, hoping to give the whole metal scene a new hope, you know, like a new kick in the ass, like say, you know, it's still alive. Look, it's not dead, like people are saying, and you can be creative without losing your roots, without losing your heaviness and your intensity, but you can also be like, you know, with a lot of variety. And I think we're hoping that we started something good for the whole scene, not just for ourselves.
Definitely. Well, I think you have for sure. And Andreas, you also went back to your roots in terms of the studio that you used, because I understand that it was analog equipment, which is kind of the old-fashioned way rather than digital. Were you hoping for that really kind of raw, organic sound?
Yeah, that was very interesting when Ross Robinson talked about the studio, and really excited us to try to do something like that, you know. And the room and the whole studio, the whole equipment, old pedals, old board, old tape machines, everything, you know, very true sound, very honest, you know. So it was like we were on the practice pad, you know, like we do every day, you know, really relaxing and jamming, trying out a lot of crazy ideas and all the ideas as much as possible. And you know, the old equipment help a lot to have that really true sound that we have on stage, which is the place that we like the most to be.
And obviously, I guess you got turned on to Ross Robinson as a producer because of Korn's album.
Yeah, it's not just because of that, but it's part of it. He did some other work too with Deftones, band Deftones, and he did work with House of Pain too before. Yeah, he's really young, you know, and of course the Korn record, we all in Sepultura, we like the record. Yeah. We know the guys in the band, but we didn't want to sound like the record. So that's the other point, right. You know. And then I don't think it sounds like that at all. And Ross came in with his way of working, but he accepts the Sepultura rules of working, which is we know what we want, cool. just make it work, you know. So I think it was a good choice. We felt very comfortable with him on the studio.
Brilliant. Okay, well, we got more Sepultura, Roots, Riot, Chaos coming up after the break. But right now, hot off the press, literally 2 days after the event, you're going to check out Sepultura live on stage on the Terrorist Tour here in Copenhagen. See you after the break. welcome back to the Headbangers Ball Sepultura Roots Riot special coming to you from Copenhagen. And up next, I'm joined by Igor and Paolo Jr. So welcome back to Headbangers Ball, you guys. What's up?
Thanks, not much. Just started the tour, you know, it's a mess, but it's cold, but it's good. The show's been good.
It's freezing. Now, we're talking about the new album Roots, which is out on the 26th of February, so get that little date in your diary. And, you know, everybody's been saying